Hey, everybody, come on in, sit down, get ready, because we are always doing something. And this time, this one even shocked me, everybody. I am just so thrilled, so excited, feel so blessed. I have Deanna Brown, the daughter of James Brown, Keisha Jackson, the daughter of Millie Jackson, and they are the Daughters of Legacy. But I'm going to let them first introduce themselves and just say a little bit about who they are. So, Deanna, we can start with you and then Keisha.
Well, thank you, TeeCee, first of all, for having us on. We are definitely so happy to be here. Yes, I am one of the daughters of the Godfather of Soul. I like to bring him along with me. He kind of nosy. He like to be in everything I'm doing. So there he is. I am president of the James Brown Family Foundation and happy to be a daughter of legacy.
Love it.
Yes,
And
and
Keisha?
I'm Keisha Jackson, daughter of Millie Jackson, and I actually started the idea for Daughters of Legacy a few years ago. It's been a brainchild for a while now, but felt like it was a good opportunity to bring a bunch of ladies together that I already knew,
All
and
right.
entertain the people.
Yes, and entertainment they are going to get.
Yes.
So, who are the Daughters of Legacy?
So the Daughters of Legacy, honestly, it's a rotating roster of ladies. You know what I mean? Presently, we have myself, we have Heather Hayes, the daughter of Isaac Hayes, Namfuyo Aisha, who's the daughter of Betty Wright, and we have Jamesia Bennett, who is Ann Nesby of the Sounds of Blackness daughter. So they both sang with the Sounds of Blackness, and Jamesia and I have been friends for a very long time. And Deanna Brown.
Yes.
And Deanna Brown. But we've had Robin Charles, Ray Charles's daughter. We've had Issa Pointer, who's the daughter of Ruth Pointer of the Pointer Sisters, and Dennis Edwards, it's her father. So honestly, my goal is to just bring in as many ladies as possible. Let's show the sisterhood. You know what I mean? Because we know each other anyway, and many of us perform. So that's the reason why we came together.
Okay, so you kind of answered then how you all came together.
Yeah.
That was my next question. So y'all should answer that for us. Now, when I see you all on social media, you have such a sisterhood. And I know you said you all know each other, but tell us a little bit about the sisterhood and the bond that has been formed through this.
So there's always been a bond because, there's only about 1 degree of separation between all of us. So, we grew up seeing each other backstage, or our parents worked together, or like Deanna and myself, my mother and her father are from the same area. My mother's from Thompson. So we just kind of know each other that way. Her sister Yama, myself and Heather Hayes, we did a radio show together, Soul Sisters, and they're still doing it. Namfuyo, I call her Aisha. So that's who it is. I'm probably not going to say Namfuyo anymore during this because it's just second nature to call her Aisha. Aisha is Betty Wright's daughter, and she's my god sister because Betty's my godmother. And so ever since we were kids, we'd be backstage playing together. We might not see each other for about 5 or 6 years. Oh, we're all grown up backstage playing together, same thing all over again. So, all of us just kind of know each other. Jamesia Bennett, and Nesby's daughter, I met her on the road. I was doing plays. That was kind of by happenstance. Late 90s, early 2000s, and she does like theatrical work, and so she's been in that for a very long time. Started with Tyler. Her and her mother performed with Tyler in his very first theatrical, and so we all just kind of met each other, all clicked, all because we know what it is. You know what I mean? There's no catty women in this group. We know what it is. We all come from the same kind of thing, and so the bond is fairly instant, to be honest with you. So because so many of us sing, I just decided to pull us together and say, hey, why isn't anybody doing this? Let's do this. And so it just seemed like it was the right thing to do.
I
And
think it's a great thing.
Heather used to dance for my father.
Exactly.
Okay.
She used to dance for Dad. Of
Yeah.
course, her father and my father were friends. Um, uh, uh, my dad gave Betty Wright her first tour when she was only 15 years old. He loved the way she sang, and so he brought her out on tour. And as you heard Keisha say that Betty Wright is her godmother. Every time Miss Wright came through the area here when I was doing radio back in the day, I would interview her, and it was so funny. I remember one year she came through and I wasn't on the air. She asked the jock, she said, "So when Deanna at?" What?
Yeah.
And I wasn't on the air anymore because it was like I was the one that would interview her all the time. Loved her to death. And so it's amazing how all of us, our parents intertwined in some kind of way. Her mother, Miss Millie Jackson, was on Polydor label. So was my dad. Everybody just kind of intertwined in some kind of shape, form, or fashion. And I can tell you, TeeCee, when I joined the ladies in December of last year, when Keisha brought it back, started to bring it back after, COVID started to die down. And that energy that I felt among these ladies was really amazing. I literally felt a spiritual energy because it was real. I mean, I'm in the room with Millie Jackson's daughter, and Nesby's daughter, Isaac Hayes' daughter, Ray Charles's daughter, Betty Wright's daughter. And it's something. There's a connection here.
Yeah, it is.
The connection is far beyond us. It's bigger than us.
Yes, it is.
And
It really is.
it really and truly is because, and then we all have children. You know what I mean? And at some point, they're going to probably connect, because it's inevitable. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. So it's amazing that we all don't sing, but we all come from legacies. Yes, and we all have those priceless and unique stories that you can't get no place else. Right. So that's the amazing thing. When Keisha creating this situation, I was like, you know what? I got to figure something out to bring this to Augusta. Because people got to see this and feel this. Yeah. So to be able to do this on Father's Day weekend, just to me, it's like it was already planned. We are just walking it out. You know what I mean? It was already in the plans. We just walking it out, and I'm happy to do it. I'm so excited about doing it, even though my part is gonna be small, but we're gonna say it loud on my part. Trust me on that. And
all
right. Be right and tight. However,
all right.
These ladies, when I tell you they can sing, they sang, TeeCee.
Honey, I told you I've been stalking the Facebook. And it's clips on the Facebook.
Honey, you ain't look, you gotta see it live for yourself. That's all I can say.
I sure hope you can make it. I swear I sure hope you can make it.
I'm gonna do my best to look at my calendar as soon as we finish, because I am just so thrilled. And then look, y'all have your own little legacy. But I'm gonna tell you, even for us as fans, right? Because I'm probably in some of y'all age brackets, and I remember being a young girl growing up to your parents' music, and my parents was playing your parents' music, and it was that whole feel, that whole vibe. And believe it or not, even my kids play their music because I grew up listening to it. So then when I started having children, I was still playing it, and I majored in music. But I remember, like, you all's parents were the people that put music in my heart and made me want to sing, know? And I remember my poor mama, I know she'd be like, this girl here. So when I became like middle schoolish, I would go in my bedroom and take the mirror off of the dresser, go put it in the living room, and then I put on some Betty Wright, some Millie, even some James Brown, because I wanted to do his dances and stuff. And my mama had bought me a mic. I'm all up in the mirror like I'm doing a whole show, then turn a little red light on and everything. So
with the hairbrush.
Yes. You know all about it. Yes. So I totally get it. And even with you all being in here, it is such a great energy, the spirit, and you can feel just the love. So I truly do feel it.
Now,
are all of you in entertainment? Because I know somebody dances. I know a few of you sing. I know you've been in radio, so it's basically everybody in entertainment within the group.
Yeah, honestly, everybody in the group is.
No.
Is it? Don't listen to
Yama.
Yama.
My
Yama.
sister is a doctor of pharmacy. She went into medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. But
she
did a record back in the day.
What'd you say?
But she did a record back in the day.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah. She did do a record back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's honestly, it's a lot of fun. You know, one thing we didn't mention also is that my mother and Isaac Hayes did an album together. So that's another connection. You know, but honestly, everyone, Deanna is downplaying herself, or maybe that's just the way she sees herself. Honey, I remember calling Deanna and saying, "Hey, lady, can you do this show with me in last December?" And she was like, "Girl, I don't know what I'm going to do." Honey, when I tell you, she got up there and got that mic. I got video to prove it, and I'm going to post it at some point. I am going to post it. But honey, she took command of that stage, and when I say, she said, "That's what I'm talking about. Say it loud." I mean, she commands it, baby.
Well, that's all right.
We all got it in us naturally, even though that may not be what we decided to do, you know, for the rest of our lives. But we all got it naturally.
Right, and she's right about that. I mean, because it came out of me. You know, look, that little Soul Train dancer came out of me all of a sudden.
Yes, it did.
All right. That is, oh, wow. I can't wait.
Keisha don't know what we doing. You know, she ain't seen me and my sister's routine yet, so she gonna be sitting up there like, what? Oh, we gonna be straight. Promise you. We ain't got but 2 minutes and 15 seconds, but we gonna be tight in 2 minutes.
All right now.
That's it, honey. I can't wait.
I gotta make sure I check my calendar. So it's Father Day weekend, which is Juneteenth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yesterday, the Juneteenth is being celebrated too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of great stuff, and then it's Black Music Month.
Yep.
Yes.
We got it all going on this month. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect timing. Yes. Which takes us into the next thing. What impact do you two feel soul music has had on our community, as well as other cultures and communities?
Well, for me, I think, you know, soul music is, listen, it all started with us. So, period. You know what I'm saying? So the soul is what started it all. It came from soul, it came from blues, and then they branched off and created these different genres. But we are the root of it. So it's going to have an effect across the world innately. You know what I mean? But Black culture, period. We already know Black culture influences every other culture in the world. They latch on to everything that we do. So we are part of all of it, even when they don't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Black music is the root.
And it's in everything you see and do.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
I mean, my father is still the most sampled artist.
Yes,
sampled
he is.
by everybody, not just hip hop. Okay. Sinead O'Connor sampled Funky Drummer. Okay. So and I remember people would interview my father and they'd ask him, "Where'd you get this from? What does this come from? You know, and what is soul music?" And he was like, "It's survival."
That's right.
It is.
Because when you listen to the words, you know, from those who created soul music, you know, it came from struggle. It came from not having no food to eat. It came from not knowing where your next meal was gonna come from.
That's exactly right.
It came from, I gave this man everything I had and he still did this.
That's right.
It came from all of that. It comes from life. It comes from living. And like she says, we were born into that. You know what I'm saying? It's literally in our DNA.
That's right.
And it really is.
So whatever we do, whether some of us sing or not, even those that sing, they still got a life. Keisha got children. You know what I'm saying? She's a mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a part of everything that you do in your life. But it's amazing the things that we've learned price. What we've learned, when I see this generation, after George Floyd was assassinated, and the playlist is Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm
That's
Proud,
right.
with a whole generation, and some of these kids wasn't even living when James Brown was alive.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's so true. And I'm going to tell you, I know I was in Afghanistan for 6.5 years, and I know my whole 6.5 years I played probably all of their music.
Yeah.
You know, because like you said, it just is hope. It takes you through the pain, the struggle. It just does so much. So I think our music just hit every emotion.
Yes.
Were
I
you
really
in
do. I think
that
it does.
service?
I contracted with the military, so I was on base and I was in Afghanistan for 6.5 years, and it was an experience.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an experience.
And you needed that soul music to carry you through.
That's right.
Sure did. And Marvin Gaye's "I Want to Come Home for Christmas," I wore it out on at Christmas time. I think those poor people were so sick of me because we literally had like almost every culture working with us. You'd be surprised at all of the different cultures that were there, and we were all in one office. And I would play that through the whole Christmas season. And then I'd be like, I wanted to start playing in October. They'd be like, "Can you wait till November?" I want to start now.
Yeah, you need
So
to do what gets you through. You know what
yes,
I mean?
yes, and the Soul for Christmas soundtrack CDs and
Yep.
stuff. Yes, take you through. So yeah, I totally. So the next question: what are some of your favorite music of the parents? Give me some of your favorite songs.
Well, for me,
yeah, go ahead, girl.
One of my favorite songs by my mom is, well, it's a couple, but "Hurt So Good." Of course, I love her remake of "Loving You Is Wrong." That thing's jamming. But "Child of God" is one of her first records that she did. And, you know, a lot of people don't know my mother from speaking about social issues. But it's like what Deanna says, it comes from pain. It comes from what you see. Music is the narrator of our lives. It's what's going on every day. And that's what artists do. They write about what they're experiencing. And "Child of God" is that. And I've had people say to me, your mother did a gospel song? No, child, it is not a gospel song. They were like, your mother did it. No, that was Mahalia. No. But "Child of God" is basically saying, you know, you see all these things happening in the world, and it's like, it's hard to believe she's a child of God. You know what I'm saying? Or he's a child of God, based on the behaviors and the social issues that's going on. So that's my favorite of my mother's. Of Isaac Hayes, it's definitely between "I Stand Accused" and "Walk On By."
Really? Okay.
Yes. "Walk On By" and "I Stand Accused." And Betty Wright is definitely "No Pain, No Gain." No Pain, No Gain. And After the Pain is also one.
I like After the Pain.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ann Nesby is "I'm Still Wearing Your Name."
Okay, I like that one too.
Yeah, that's my jam. Like, she's telling a story.
Yes.
That's the jam. And then of course she's got "This Weekend." That's the party. That's the groove. You know what I mean? So, but those are mine. And and James Brown, honestly, it's hard. Good Lord,
I said I couldn't pick. I was sitting there trying to see if I could pick. I couldn't pick. It's too many.
It's a catalog, I mean, beyond. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard because with James Brown, it's like, you know, I love Funky Drummer. I love a lot of the music. You know what I'm saying? I love a lot of the music. And then A Man's World is probably, it's a shuffle between number one and number two, James Brown, for me. But baby, Man's World is it. You know what I'm saying? So it's listen, all of this music. I don't think there's any. I mean, of course, there's songs that are what they call album cuts, but those are the ones that I dig. You know what I mean?
See, you like I am.
Yeah,
I played what wasn't being played on the radio.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So those are mine.
Okay. What about you?
For Miss Millie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
Back in Love by Monday.
Yes, sir. You can call Mrs. Johnson, honey. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Back in Love by Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, baby.
You sound like
Yes, yes.
She always does. She can't help it.
Ooh, okay. That's soul stuff, but that's real.
That's
real
exactly
talk.
right. Yeah.
That's real talk.
That's
I didn't
exactly
put
right.
you out, you gone and everything, but we
That's
back in
it.
love by Monday.
Yeah,
Yes.
y'all need to try it. See if you can work out. Don't give up on the relationship just yet. Go on, you know, you know, go rent this room out, get the corner by the window. You know what I'm saying? Play some good music. Tell them you love them one more time over the weekend. Try one more time. Give them
Try
one
more time.
And if you're not back in love by Monday, then y'all go your
I got
separate ways.
chills because I remember being a teenager and being an adult and playing. Yes, I'm with you on that one too.
Yeah.
For Isaac Hayes, for me, is I Love I Stand Accused as well. Oh my gosh, that child. Yeah. Girl, they don't even make songs like this no more. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't even get nobody to write lyrics.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I Stand Accused and Don't Let Go.
That's it. Don't let it go. Hey, don't
yes.
See, y'all gotta remember, I'm an old jock. So you know these songs I done played all of this stuff, right? So for Ann Nesby, it's I'm Still Wearing Your Name. Because she's talking real talk. I'm still wearing your name. Things ain't the same.
That's it. Yes, yes.
I'm telling you, that's music.
Yeah. But you know, I'm Still Wearing Your Name and Back in Love by Monday is in the same vein. That's it's already like they telling the story. Like this is what happened. The story. Yeah, it's a whole, it's a
Found me a better man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, but I gotta go. Ha! Come on.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Okay, so that one for Betty Wright. After the Pain. After the Pain.
Okay.
Yeah. Now also like that live version.
But I like her Pillow Talk too.
When
she did Pillow Talk.
Wait a minute. Secretary.
Oh yes. Man, that was my song. That was my song right there. Yeah. Hit it on the nail.
Yeah.
Secretary.
Yeah. And the girls can't do what the guys do is a jam too.
Oh yes.
That's a jam.
Yes. And for my dad, now I like Get Up, Get Into It, and Get Involved. Okay. I loved that song. That was my get up song. Yeah. But Dad also did a song that a lot of people don't know later in his life called Georgia Lina. And he kind of wrapped up about his whole life. I gotta be careful when I play that song because I just start tearing up. But if y'all get a chance, go to YouTube and check out Georgia Lina.
Writing it down now.
Off the Universal James CD. And that song can be played, I believe, on probably almost any station other than maybe rock. Okay, it could be played on, of course, R&B. It could be played on a jazz station. It could be played on a country station. Yeah. Okay. It's like that. I love that song.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna go look it up as soon as we finish too. See, I'm learning something, and y'all didn't do my. Because I didn't think we was going to ever get to Phoenix. But I played, oh my goodness, I used to play that for Isaac Hayes. By the time I get
to Phoenix. Come on, Isaac, yes.
And my friends and them be like, well, when he going to get to Phoenix? Don't worry about it. Just wait a minute. Just wait for it.
Just enjoy the music on the way, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that was, oh my goodness, great times. Yeah. So, Deanna, tell us a little bit about your dad's nonprofit organization.
James Brown Family Foundation. We started that after he passed because of the charitable work that he did. So much of the charitable work that he did. The James Brown turkey giveaway and toy giveaway that he started, because he never forgot where he came from. He didn't forget him being poor, not having these things. So when he passed away, that was one of the first questions I got. Are y'all going to continue the turkey giveaway? And I think that's when it really hit me that, you know, this ain't just an event that he just did. Yeah. This was a need. You know, this was a real need. Yes. So we created the foundation to continue that, but we realized there was a deeper situation going on here. You know, there were things that Dad would always talk about. Music education was one of them. You know, he was like, not everybody's going to get that opportunity to get a break in sports. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to get that opportunity. And in music education, it saved his life. He says, if you put an instrument in a child's hand, you're going to save that child's life. He said, saved mine. He didn't get the chance to go to, first of all, he had to stop regular school in 7th grade. So he didn't go to school to learn how to write music or put music together. But we still talking about the most sampled artist still to this day. Exactly. So all that was a gift from God, you know, that he used to his abilities. Yes. And so all of those things that I learned from my dad when I was on the road with him, working in the office, radio station, everything, I just poured into this James Brown Academy of Music Pupils for the kids, because I realized that was really what it was all about. You know what I mean? The charitable thing was good, but it's about changing lives. Yeah. That's what it's, we are in our 11th year.
I love it.
And I just posted today, it just hit me today. One of the young men who started with us day one. He didn't come from a great background. He don't even know who his father is, you know, just all kind of issues, just all kind of stuff. He would walk the streets after school, just walk the streets because he didn't want to be in his house. You just never know what children come from when they when they get in school, what they done left at home.
That's right.
And so this one white man here said, listen, it's this young guy. He's so nice. He seems to have a talent with playing the saxophone. He says, listen, will you work with me? I'm going to buy a saxophone for him to come to the, you know, will you give him a scholarship? So I said, sure. And he stayed with us through the whole program. He is now part of the alumni group. They go out and they perform and do gigs and they get paid. So now that they've learned the artistry and learned, now it's become a little business for them. And they get gigs. I get, you know, if they get a gig, I pay them. But now he is the music teacher, one of the music teachers. He's working with Mr. Sapp, who's the instructor, the music director. So he is now a music teacher teaching our summer jam kids.
That's so beautiful.
That is beautiful. And you tapped into something that I was talking about at work a couple of weeks ago. A young lady came into my cubicle and she was talking and she was like, I don't think music needs to be in school. And she was like, what are your thoughts? And that was my expression too, because I think everything out of me just fell out. So I said, what do you mean? She said, it's a waste. They can't make money off it. I said, who say? And I said, it's not even just about making the money. I said, because let me tell you, I started music. They started us back in the 3rd grade. And if I didn't have music when I was in school, I don't know what I would have done, because that was my go-to for happy. That was my go-to for sad. That was my go-to for confused. You know, I came from a single parent household. So, you know, there were different things that you have emotions with that. But everything that I felt going through life, and even to this day, I said music was my go-to. And if they didn't have that in school for me, I said, because like what you just said, everybody don't play sports. That's not everybody's interest.
That's right.
But that right there, you don't understand what music can do. I said, and then let's talk about the make money thing. Everybody might not be an entertainer, but do you not know doctors use music for therapy?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. I said, music is used for so many different things.
Yes. Music therapy is a big thing. And it is documented that music is a discipline. Okay. There's a discipline that you have to have when you're learning music. So it helps students in math, science, and reading. It ain't the other way around. It ain't math, science, and reading helping in music. It's music. You learning music and the discipline that you have to have in learning music.
That's exactly right.
Other areas. And in behavior. And I've seen that happen. I've seen grades get better. I've seen behavior get better. I've seen parents shocked because they ain't even realize their child had that much talent. I've seen a child come in just playing the tambourine, and when they were done, they knew 2 or 3 instruments.
Yeah.
And then I also told her, I said, and I don't know, what kind of neighborhood you grew up in and, what you grew up around. But what I can say is, like, where I came from, if they weren't playing, so we weren't playing sports, and if we weren't, music, we had that. So that kept us having something to do. We always had something to do. So that was another alternative for us. I said, then let's look at the kids who can't afford college and they don't play a sport, but they're in music. That's their college scholarship, because that's how I got my college scholarship, was through music. So you can't say what music won't do. And then when I was overseas, believe it or not, I was surprised at the number of people that told me that's how they learned our language, through our music.
That makes sense. Makes complete sense. Yep. Yeah.
Music,
that's very strange to me that someone would. I mean, music is not in schools anymore, really. I mean, after school programs, but I mean, when that happened so many years ago, when they took it out, I mean, I was really kind of devastated by it. You know what I mean? But then it's really just a way to get parents to pay for these after school programs and pay more money and stuff like that, because they realize the value in it. So they're trying to monetize it and not just give it away. That's really what it boils down to. A lot of times these decisions are managed, are made by money, because of money.
Right. They can't. The money is coming through the sports. It's not coming through the arts and music program.
Right.
Big monies that they're going to get, that the schools are going to get, it's going to come for the sports. But, you still change a child's life. You know
That's
what I mean?
You do.
It's still a change. And even if they don't have it in the schools, you know what I mean? Because I can tell you, it's really crazy. My daddy said this just before Columbine. He says they taking the music out of schools. He was on Rosie O'Donnell's show, and he said when they take the music out of the schools, when they start taking arts away, kids killing each other. And what have we seen? 10, 15, 20 years, what have we seen?
Yes. The drama programs, all those things. All those creative things. I totally agree. So we're going to switch over to the tour.
Okay, come on, tour.
Yes, come on, tour. Yes. So we know it's going to be a night of soul, but tell me, what is it that the audience can expect on this tour?
Listen, it's all the way live, period. Like, we sing, one thing people don't realize, it seemed very surprised that once they see the show, is that we grew up with this music. And so we watched our parents mold it into what you guys see, what the audience sees. And so we know most of the music from its inception and then what it came to be. And so because we sing, most of us sang background for our parent at some point, and so the way they did it is naturally the way that we do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's an amazing experience. Like, it's live. Like, when you see Aisha Namfuyo sing, like, you're like, my God, like, and she's so electric. Like, she's got so much energy. When she gets out on the stage, it's like, let's go. She starts to show off because, and I told her, I said, listen, Aisha, I want you to open the show. We don't look at it like, top billing and who starts it and who closes. That's not the thing. She's starting the show because she's got so much energy. And from the first song, the audience is in. They are all the way in. Heather is very sexy, honey, just like her daddy. You know what I mean? And so when she does that, she's giving you shoulders, and she's giving you, she's reading the folks. You know what I mean? And she hits that walk on by. She hits that do your thing. And the music is so, we got real musicians on the stage. I won't accept track dates because y'all need to hear the authenticity. So we know how it goes. And, I felt sorry for the musicians at first, the first few rehearsals, because, they go to playing and it's, take that note, put that note over there and break that down right there. Honey, we had to tell them this is how the song goes. We're not playing it like the recording, like the record. We're playing it like their live shows. So if you ever saw them perform, That's all. That's what we know. And so we're bringing you the live show. You know what I'm saying? You hear my throat. I already sound like Millie, whether I want to or not. You know what I mean? So, you know, you're gonna get If Loving You Is Wrong. You know, with Aisha, you're gonna get Clean Up Woman. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get Do Your Thing. You know, from Heather. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get I Believe and Optimistic from Jamesia. So it's the show is just all the way live. Like, you got chill moments, but you know, they don't even break it down today like they used to break it down. Like, break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Deanna, so you know, you hit that. That's what it is. All the way live. So we're bringing what's been a lot of what's been missing, what people have been longing for. You know what I mean? It's not just tracks and singing along to tracks, and I'm not trying to downplay anything, but we're just doing what we know. This is what we know, and we just want to share it. And it took us to get out there as a unit to realize, honestly, that how much it was missing and how much people appreciate seeing it again.
I love it. I love it. And I love live music and a live band. Ooh.
Yes.
With this type of show, it's not a tribute show because this is actually family. You know what I mean? You're not giving somebody just to cover some songs.
That's right.
You're getting the children that was born into making songs, really songs. Like, honey, I can tell you about being in the daggone studio and all I see is white styrofoam cups all night long. You know what I'm saying? You know, sleeping in the couch in the office because you know what I mean? So June 18th, we're billing this as Take Your Father Out for Father's Day weekend to see Daughters of Legacy, to hear the daughters sing the songs of their parents that you grew up on.
I love it.
Okay?
I love
you grew up on these songs with these parents that they're going to be singing these songs from. Now, my students, my alumni students are going to be coming up. They're going to perform about 4 or 5 songs of Dad's. Now, just like she says, we're going to do the same thing Daddy used to do. At the last song, which is going to be Sex Machine, all the ladies are going to come out and they're going to join us and we're going to get up, get on up.
Yeah.
Get up. Hey. We're going to get on up together. And that's how we're going to end the show. That's how my dad would do all the time. I told Heather, I said, all right, Heather, I want to see some of them old moves.
Okay.
But
I know that's right.
People are really excited about this show. Black and white people around here talking about it, and they're like, "Wow!" Even at one of my sorors was like, "That is really an amazing concept." And like, we're gonna get some girlfriends when we come in, and so I'm just looking forward to it. And it's funny you said tour because we've had somebody to ask about us, taking this out west to out in Cali. So
good. I want all the promoters and everybody. I don't care if you're doing an event, if you're a promoter, who you are, find out how to get in contact.
That's right.
Go to that website. I'm going to have it in the description so y'all can go down to the description. They on Facebook, they on Instagram, they everywhere.
Yeah.
Call them because it's needed.
Yes.
It's really needed.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm truly excited. And y'all hit on my fun facts already. So I'm like, ooh, they just working it all out. I just can't say how great this is and how much joy this brings. And I'm sure a whole lot of people feel that same joy when they find out and if they have had an opportunity to be a part of it and see it.
Yes.
So hands up, down, and around. Okay. This is everything. I'm just all in for it. I done called my stepmama and was telling her about it. And she was like, what? Then I told my mom. She was like, what? I was like, yes. So, and then people in my own age group, and under us and over, whatever. Everybody, when they hear this, they are excited because this is something that we all can relate to.
Yes.
Definitely the music, the soul track music of America for sure.
That's right.
And yes.
And it transcends generations. Yes. So, we're not just performing to the people who, of our parents' demographic. And our parents, it's our age group, obviously, because we inherited that, but it's also a younger audience as well, because what I've done with the show is we play samples, the samples of the songs. Like we play songs like hip hop songs that sound our parents' songs, so they can see the connection. You feel what I'm saying? So, like for example, with Robin Charles, when she performs with us, right? With Ray Charles music, she starts off with "I got a warm bump, bump, bump," and then we spin that into Kanye. She gives me money when I'm in need. You know what I mean? So that's just what we do, and we do that for each of our sets, so that you realize that, like, Duke do 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 Trick Daddy. That's my mother's song. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know that. People don't know that the Ghetto Boys sampled Isaac Hayes, and so we bring the generations together. So you can have 3 generations of people in the audience, and they all love it, and they all get something out of it. And that's what makes me most excited, when I see their faces from the stage, like they get it.
Yes, I like that. I love it. And like I told you, I know my kids grew up listening to it. They still play it. And when they come to the house, sometimes we're throwing the music. We get in there and do the dances and everything.
Yeah.
And yes, we be taking it back. And some of them have seen some of them, because my parents took me, and some of them were still touring as my kids were coming up, and I would want to go see. So I took my kids, and that's something that I think we just do as a culture. So
yes,
it just speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does.
Yes. So closing remarks, lady. Any closing remarks?
I'm just excited. I'm excited for us all to be in this place at the same time. So excited that Deanna called me and said, "Hey, can y'all come to Augusta? Let's figure this thing out. Let's make it happen." And very excited about that, because the more legacy, the better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Super excited about that. And I just love being with my girls. So when we all come together, it's a party. It's a party. It makes me feel like I'm a kid again, backstage, while one act goes on right after the next, You know what I mean? So I'm just very excited and very thankful that it's catching fire. You know what I mean? People are interested in it. People are loving it. We're going to Birmingham. We're doing St. Louis. We're doing Columbia, South Carolina. And of course, we're doing Augusta, which is the focus of this here today. And so we need you guys to be there. June
Augusta.
18th. Yes, Imperial Theater. Go online, Imperial Theater, spelled R-E Theater, and get them tickets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any closing remarks for you, Deanna?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much again, TeeCee, for having us. We do appreciate this. I look at this as you are getting a power-packed show. Okay? Just imagine all of these artists on one stage. Okay? So you're getting their good-looking daughters, and they're all right? So you're going to see Millie Jackson. You're going to see Isaac Hayes. You're going to see Ann Nesby. You're going to see Betty Wright. You're going to see James Brown.
Yes.
So when my students get up there, because I got a young man, he gonna give you the split. He gonna do all of that. He gonna give you the whole James Brown get down dance and everything. Okay. And they play their own instruments. All right. So when you see that, we bring to you what our parents showed us, but we're gonna end it up with the next generation, even from us.
That's right.
So June the 18th, Saturday, June the 18th, Father's Day weekend, Augusta, Georgia, Imperial Theater. Like Keisha said, Imperial Theater spelled with RE.com.
RE. Love it. So everybody, you all heard it. I'm going to put the information down in the description. Also, I'm going to try to keep you all up to speed on what they have going on, but you still go out and check it out. I'm going to put some stuff on the website, because I am just too hyped and thrilled. And so I definitely want to give my support. So peace and blessings to everybody that has tuned in. We love you. Thank you for spending your time with us, and please remember to support the Daughters of Legacy.
And follow us on Instagram.
Yes, and
Daughters
don't worry,
of
that your
Legacy.
IG stuff is down in the description, and it's been scrolling across the screen.
Yes.
So you can rewind it back, go look in the description, and if you need to inbox me, I'll send it to you however you need to get it. Love you all. Be blessed.